Welcome to the next episode of Decants with D. I am your host tonight. I am Dietmar Ostermann, and I'm the regular guy from Long Island. This episode brings us to Paso Robles. Paso Robles is another outstanding California wine region. It's about halfway between Los Angeles and San Francisco at the California Pacific Ocean coast, maybe 20 minutes inland from the ocean. And Paso Robles is the fastest growing wine region in California. They have about 40,000 acres under wine, and by now it's over 200 wineries in this fabulous, exciting piece of land. It's high up in the mountain range. A lot of these vineyards are 1,500 to 2,000 feet above sea levels. There's a big difference in temperature between day and night, and that helps to develop some outstanding red wines, particularly Cabernet Sauvignon. You all have heard and probably participated in the hype around the Austin Hope. The Austin Hope is probably the most famous wine of Paso Robles. The 2015 that I have right here was rated 95 points in Wine Spectator. I have rated it many of times, particularly in Vivino. And we will make separately a show on Austin Hope and compare the fabulous 2015 to the subsequent younger years of 16, 18, and 19 now just came out. I have 4 other top-notch Paso Robles Cabernets for you selected today, starting off with the Justin Cabernet, a legend in its own right, probably and arguably the second most famous Paso Robles Cabernet wine. Let's open this baby up and see how it is. Brilliant. A little bit of see-through, but dark ruby red to purple is the color. Beautiful color. Lines in the glass indicating high alcohol content. I would think above 14.5%. That's what it is, 14.5. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Black, juicy, and red cherries. A little bit of a spice in there as well. Let's give it a whirl. Juicy, beautiful, fruity, juicy berries, blackberry, red cherry, a little bit of forest floor. Very nice. This wine is so nice. I read about it a little bit in the descriptions. Superstar receiver from San Francisco, Jerry Rice, likes this wine. Also, Josh Hart, the basketball superstar, is drinking this wine. This is a high hitter. And ladies and gentlemen, it is available right now on Vivino for $24. $24. 4.1 is the popular rating on Vivino. This wine is fantastic. I give it a 4.5. So well balanced on the palate. The nose was already very impressive. The palate is fantastic. The finish is long and juicy. Very impressed with this wine. Very impressed. Let me go to number 2. Number 2, a new one for me, the Adelaide. This is a 2017 Paso Robles Cabernet. The Justin was a 2018, just came out. The Adelaide is rated 4.4 on Vivino. This one sells for about $55. So it's quite a step up from the Justin. Cork comes right out. And I do have with me on this show, as always, my long-standing partner and companion, the Cockal. Cockal. This is from the first one, the Justin. Cockal. Okay. I'm taking a little bit of the new wine and pour it into the glass to wash it out. Wine doesn't like water to wash out, doesn't interact well. But if you take a little bit of the new wine and pour it in there and wash it around and wash it out, that's the perfect way to go to prepare the glass for the next wine in the wine tasting. Okay, here we go. Adelaide. The color is darker than the Justin, but still slightly see-through. When I look here into the glass, I can see the stem. The color is darker and more ruby red, not as purple. Good looking color. I like the Justin look better. The lines are getting heavier, viscosity goes down, looks more alcohol content. This one is 14.9% alcohol. I call that high alcohol content. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Very impressive as well on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. Fruitier than the Justin. Not quite as balanced on the palate, but very impressive. It has a completely different taste. Very good though. Berries are overwhelming in the taste. The finish is shorter, but a strong finish. This is a bold wine. Very impressed with the Adelaide as well. I just give it a small little notch down from the Justin, maybe a 4.3. It's not quite as balanced, but very impressive, very juicy, very fruitful, very approachable right now in 2017, as was the Justin. These drink right away. So that was the Adelaide, $48, 4.4 on Vivino. I give it a 4.3, and I gave the Justin a 4.5. Let's go to new glass so I don't have to pour way too much. The next one, again, no stranger, the Daou. The Daou Reserve. This is one of the wine brands that probably right now makes one of the biggest splashes in the wine market. Top ratings in Wine Spectator, and they're pressing on. This family comes originally from Lebanon. Georges and Danielle are the two brothers. They grew up in Lebanon, first moved to France, where they got massively introduced to the wine business, and then found their own piece of land in 2007 in Paso Robles. Let's try the Daou Reserve 2017. Oh my God, is this a dark color. Beautiful. All of these Paso Robles, impressed with the color. No longer see-through. This is dark garnet red. Big lines in the glass indicating high alcohol content. We are now talking 14.8% again. High alcohol, full body wine. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. A little bit of strawberry, it seems, and cherry, but the forest floor is overwhelming on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. A little bit of a bite, some acidity in this wine. The other two almost acidless. Juicy. I'm thinking a mixture of strawberry, raspberry, and blackberry. Very juicy. Not as balanced as both the Adelaide and particularly not as the Justin, but a good wine. I give it a 4.0 on my own rating. It's 4.3 on Vivino, $55. And for that $55 high price, I knock it down. I have to give it a 3.9 then. Considering that the other two wines, I like them better and they are a little bit less and significantly less, doesn't warrant the price point for me. The Daou comes as a reserve. It also comes as a regular cab, which I hear is very good. And I want to be clear, this is a good wine. I just like the other twos better. Okay. Final contestant, True Myth. I had never heard about this wine before until I went wine shopping and looked for all the available Paso Robles Cabernets. And I saw this one, and it's relatively well rated. This comes in as also over 4 on Vivino. Let's check this baby out. And the best of this one is it's available for $20, ladies and gentlemen. $20. Again, I'm taking a little bit of the wine, new wine, to clean out the glass. Let's try the True Myth. This is a 2016. So I have the chance to literally age a little bit in the bottle on top. Color is again with a nice sparkle. So more along the lines of the Justin, but not as purple. More garnet red, but a little bit of see-through. Good looking color. The lines in the glass are a little bit less, indicating less alcohol content, 14.2. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Fruit is more laid back, not as much in your face. Very interesting. Let's give it a whirl. Well balanced. Some tannins, good tannins, indicating this wine can even last another year or two before you drink it, even though it is already 2016. The finish is medium, with quite a bit of tannins, not as fruity as the finishes of the others. Overall, well balanced. A little bit mixture of forest floor and some earthy fruits like a strawberry in here. A little bit of blackberry mixed in. Plum, perhaps. Blueberry. It's a good wine. I would absolutely buy it again, particularly for $20. I give this one a 4.1. So here you have my sequence. Justin was exceptional, 4.5 rating. Adelaide, very good, 4.3 rated. True Myth, 4.1. Daou, 3.9, no buy recommendation. Too expensive on top of it, $55. But the Justin, ladies and gentlemen, on sale right now at Vivino for $24. Get as many as you can get your hands on it. 2018 Justin Paso Robles Cabernet Sauvignon. I see you next Sunday. Watch my show. If you like it, please like it and subscribe to the shows. Watch me on Twitter and follow me on Vivino. I'm a heavy rater on Vivino. See you next Sunday.